Alright, so this is J Billy Gaming, and I'm just gonna give you guys an in-depth review of Mafia: The Old Country. Now, warning: this video will contain spoilers, but oh my bad, homie. Overall, I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts and opinion on the game. So we're gonna start with the graphics. I think the game looks amazing. Uh, I played on performance mode because I was experiencing some frame drops on the other version of the game, but and that did help. But overall, not too many frame drops, just here and there. But the game still looks great and plays great on performance mode. Next we got the story. The story is fantastic in my opinion. Um, I'm not really against short games. Like I know people were judging games like, oh, it was only. First of all, I read somewhere it was 12 hours. I only got 7 hours logged, so I'm confused on where the 12 hours is at. Maybe I missed something, but on my PlayStation it says I have it 100% completed. So y'all let me know down in the comments if I missed something. Like maybe I'm missing a part. But yeah, the story was great. I love the plot. I love his come up. I love how he came up from like a simple mine boy to becoming one of the Don's heavy hitters. Um, but you know the heart wants what it wants, and unfortunately he was going after the wrong woman. He was going after the Don's daughter, and it just messed him up in the long run, man. I could clearly see that Enzo was gonna meet his demise because of this situation. And I think the story kind of alluded to that during some parts where he's saved. Like he's simply just like he'll weave a bullet. He'll be in the right place at the wrong time, if you get what I'm saying. Like the wrong time meaning somebody was trying to attack him, but he'll just be happen to be in the right place. So I guess the right place at the right time, but it's the wrong time if you get what I'm trying to say. So Enzo will always ends up being he will end up being in like the right place whenever something was going on. Like his fate, his luck was just insane, and I tie that all into plot armor. His plot armor was ridiculous in my opinion. So that kind of alluded to I knew he was gonna have a crazy ending because you know he was just lucky a lot of the times. So yeah, but other than that, the story amazing. 10 out of 10. I love the characters. Um, Luca was my favorite because you know Luca done seen some things, and his demise was unfortunate. But I love how he told Enzo, you know, get out if you can, get out. And Enzo was great. Isabella was great. The Don was phenomenal as well. Um, even the other antagonist, Spadaro and the other guy with the slash on his face, forgot his name, but they were all great characters. Great story, man. My favorite aspect, because I'm a huge Mafia fan. I'm a Mafia fiend. I played all the Mafia games. This Mafia was just different. It was fantastic. It was strong. And then my favorite element that they added was the boss fights. The boss fights, like in a Mafia game, that was dope, man. That was dope. Everything done with the knife, you know, it's the early 1900s. It was done honor with honor. They, you know, they duked it out, and that was just amazing to me. The knife fights were just amazing. The boss fights in general. As far as combat goes, combat was one of my favorite parts of the game. Shooting, the knife fights, taking cover. Sometimes I would like go into cover and he would struggle with that. Like when I would press X trying to get behind a barrel to dodge a shot or whatever. But other than that, that's my only complaint, and that's honestly nitpicking. In my opinion, the combat is low-key flawless. It gave me the people are going to attack me in the comments for this if somebody sees this. The combat kind of gave me Last of Us vibes. Last of Us 1 and 2. Like the way he would shoot over the shoulder and the gun would sway. It was very satisfying though. I loved getting headshots on the game. That was just like a satisfying thing. And yeah, the combat overall was just amazing, dude. It was amazing. Driving. Driving was good. I felt like the horseback riding was a little clunky. Uh but it was fun. It was very fast paced. That's what I enjoyed. The chasing scenes when you would chase like The enemies on horse and then in a car, or vice versa, was amazing too. Very action packed, very fast paced. Good dialogue within those scenes as well. But yeah, driving is what you expect from a 1900s, car. And I think honestly, I'm gonna give them some credit for that. Uh, the way they depicted driving, the way they depicted the entire scenery of the early 1900s in Italy was just amazing, man. It was amazing. I think they're in Sicily, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the driving, and I love the car models. How like it just looks like a boneless car. You got the engine, you got the body, and then you got some wheels. But some of them were faster than others. But overall, there goes a car right there, as you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it was just amazing, man. So I'm gonna give the driving is just due. It wasn't perfect, but it was definitely good. It was definitely great. Um, my favorite thing about the story, well, one of my favorite things, not my favorite thing, but one of my favorite things I would just want to add in here real quick was the Mafia 2 theme song playing at the end. Chef's kiss right there. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I don't know what you would call that, producing, directing. That was just amazing right there. And I want to talk about what could be next in the Mafia universe. I think we've seen prequels, with Mafia Definitive Edition. They go back in time with Tommy Angelo. We have Mafia 2 with Vito Scaletta and Joe Barbaro. Personally, my favorite, but this one's up there. Mafia 3 goes into the future, and then so now you got this. So from when I started, it was Mafia 2. I played Mafia 2 first, then 3, then the Definitive Edition came out, and then now the Old Country. That's how I went. And so in chronological order, it'll be this game, the Old Country. It'll be Mafia Definitive Edition, Mafia 2, then Mafia 3. So that brings me to my next question on what's next. I think what's next, what I would like to see them do is a Mafia game in like the late 90s, early 2000s. So give me like Sopranos vibes, or like what is Godfather in the 90s? I can't really remember. Give me like something like the Sopranos, uh where we have like more of a modern take on things. Early 2000s, late 90s, where it kind of put in like Jersey, New York, or split it up. You know what I'm saying? Or they're fictional, so do Empire Bay, or find another word for Jersey. Or you can even go back to Lost Heaven as their depiction of Chicago. So I would love to see the Mafia universe take a turn to there. But overall, man, I think this franchise is doing great. I think this franchise has made some great games. I'm a sucker for Mafia games, movies, shows. So, and I think they just nail it. Honestly, if they want to write a show or movie, I think they could do it. This company, Hangar 13 or 2K, whoever's taking care of it, man, they're doing a stellar job. Mafia: The Old Country, in my opinion, is a great game. I'm gonna give it a 10, man. I really think this game is great. I think it, and the sad part about it is that it couldn't have been longer. Because anything longer than what the story was, kind of could have been. It would have been filler. I think the game was paced perfectly. That's just my opinion, man. But let me know what y'all think down below. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. This game was great. I'll definitely play it again. I already beat it on hard, so there's kind of nothing left for me to do. But overall, man, this has been J Billy Gaming. And I appreciate y'all for clicking this video and watching it, giving me y'all time of day. And I'm going. Till the next time. Peace.